What's up, guys? It's Thursday night of Week 7. We got some Week 6 reaction and some Week 7 thoughts and predictions. We got all three of us in person and together this time, so let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome into ZBR. We are here in Week 7, live during the Thursday Night Football game. The Jaguars are up 14-6. We're going to go through these Week 7 picks. I had the Saints. Who'd you guys have for this game?
I picked the Saints too.
Yeah.
I had Jacksonville because I knew Lawrence was going to play. So.
Yeah, well, I didn't know how healthy it was going to be because I knew it was kind of
if he
a
was
close decision.
If he wasn't going to play, I would have taken New Orleans at home, but Jaguars, man, like I said before the season started, they're for real. And I think they just need maybe one more edge rusher for them to be possibly break through.
Yeah, I wish I had my computer with me. I had some notes typed up about this. Is the one game I had some notes typed up about. These two teams statistically are basically exactly the same going into the game.
Yeah.
The only difference was Jacksonville's passing defense was a little bit worse. But other than that, same passing yards, same touchdown numbers, same interception numbers. Not exactly the same, but within one of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And on the defensive side, I'm pretty sure it was passing or rushing defense. They're literally ranked right next to each other. And the other one, they were 3 spots from each other. So very similar teams. Very similar teams.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that, but when you go and you look at the rosters and they're the same, which quarterback is better?
Oh, obviously.
And it's Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, and that's just
No question.
By a landslide.
And then he just makes his players better, and that dude's just unbelievable. Yeah. I think they just have a little bit better of a team. They have a lot of playmakers. Not to say the Saints don't. I just don't trust Derek Carr in those moments.
I agree.
Those standalone games, Thursday nights, Mondays,
absolutely.
playoffs. He is literally. I mean, he's in the NFC now, but he was AFC Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I agree with what you said. That Jacksonville is just, they have the better players. They are the better team. That's probably why they're up 14-6.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought in New Orleans.
Coaching, too, plays a huge factor.
A
They
very
have
huge
a
difference.
Super Bowl
Doug Peterson is,
Yeah.
I would say, probably
He's been
B
great
plus,
for the
A minus
Jaguars.
coach.
Yeah, I would say A-.
Yeah.
For sure. He has his shortcomings sometimes, but dude's won a freaking Super Bowl.
But the Saints do have some playmakers, and the game's
They
far
do.
from over. It's still,
It is.
it's not even halftime
Yeah,
yet.
that's still a one-score game.
If they get my boy Rashid Shaheed going,
Nope.
that would be nice.
Keep the ball away.
That would be nice.
Olave all day.
I did the one thing. I was watching a little bit of set Moms before I got here, and the one play that's sticking out to me that I do remember that I saw was Derek Carr completely missing Rashid Shaheed down the field. It wasn't even close, and he wasn't even that pressure. And it was just
yeah, that's the thing.
it's that's Derek Carr for you.
I like his leadership. He's a
Yeah.
really great guy,
He's not-
man. He's a good guy to
You can
rally
do a lot
around.
worse too.
Oh, yeah.
You can do a lot worse than Derek Carr.
I just wouldn't have paid him, upper echelon money. What was
Yeah,
it, 40
I don't know
plus
what else
million?
they were gonna
around
do
40.
in their
Yeah.
spot though, because their team they have too much talent to really tank, especially with passionate fans in New Orleans. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
they were crippled in cap space, and I don't even know if I think they had a lot of draft picks missing too. Just
Oh, are they missing draft picks too?
I'm sure they have them now, but when Sean Payton left that team, they were really in a bad
Fair.
place. They were
Yeah, I
way
kinda
over
remember
the
this.
cap.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
you're
screwed
right.
with picks and stuff. They were a mess. So I would imagine it would take them a few years to dig themselves.
Didn't they
out
get
of
picks
it.
for Sean Payton?
Yeah, that really helped. They got it from Denver.
Yeah.
I think it got
And those are looking like those are going to be some really good
Dude.
picks.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
I don't know
that'd
if
be
it's
for the
this
Saints.
year's pick, but I think it might be next year's. I can't remember. But either way, they're dog shit for a while, so those are going to be good picks.
All right. Well, do we want to use that, and we can just go into maybe the Broncos. We got the Packers at the Broncos.
Oh, this was a tough game.
Yeah.
That was hard to pick.
Yeah. I'm going Packers. There's the consistency and just the Broncos look kind of broken, and the Packers look like they're 2-5, and they're obviously not the best team in the league, but
I think they're
they have that fight to
2
them
and
still.
3.
They're still trying. We haven't seen them at their best either. Aaron Jones hasn't been healthy. They've been missing receivers and stuff all year, and they're getting guys back. So they could be getting ready to maybe ascend a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers here. I don't know if the more talented team, but probably the better team at the moment And he could probably make
You
the case
know,
for more talent.
Talent-wise, I think it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Is Aaron Jones healthy?
I think he's supposed. I think he's supposed to play. He was a game time decision last week.
And
I'm
they're
pretty
on
sure
the
he's
road to
playing this
Mile
week.
High, so how much do we trust Jordan Love?
Yeah, and
That was my big question.
Yeah, this was like the toughest game to pick for this week for me, personally. And I agree with Zach. I mean, the Broncos are so dysfunctional right now, dude. Like, it's a joke. And Green Bay has really good coaches. They have competent players and a decent defense. I mean, they have Jair Alexander, a couple guys, Quay Walker.
Mhm.
I think they're going to do enough to steal a win in Mile High.
I don't even think it's going to be stealing, really.
Well, why I say that is I think it's going to be a really low-scoring, close game.
I agree
And
with
then
that.
it's going to be like a 20-17. They kick a field goal and escape out of there with a win. That's
I
gonna
think
be
you're being generous on Denver points there.
yeah, but, like, yeah.
Okay,
Denver
well-
scoring 17 whole points. I don't know.
Well, I've got Denver.
Yikes.
It was a tough one. I guess I'll be the odd man out on this one.
Yeah.
I kind of expect Jaleel McLaughlin to just absolutely run amok this week.
Okay.
I think he's about to torch the Packers, and it'll be a big reason why they win.
Where do
I just think they're in Broncos. I think they're just ready to tank for whatever quarterback they can get. And honestly, I look at them like the Bears right now. They're gonna run whatever quarterback they draft, whether that be Caleb Williams or anyone. Honestly,
So how many more years of rest do they have left? Like,
dude, his
3?
contract hasn't even kicked in yet.
What?
Yeah.
So there's no way they're tanking for a QB. They
So
can't
get
move
this.
off that
I'll give you the
contract?
numbers right here
Okay.
because I looked this up the other day. On the books for like 40+ million this year. Now, if you cut him for 2025 before his guarantees kick in July, you're gonna eat like, oh god, I want to say it's like 60 mil or something like that
Wow.
for your because he's got guarantees. Like, bro, like it was. But you're not paying the rest, so you're kind of getting out. Like, and then, like this writer was like, then you could just like draft your quarterback and build around. I'm like, with what freaking cap space? You better
Yeah.
nail your draft picks, which you guys obviously can't do. Like, good luck. They're gonna ruin whatever guy comes in there. And
That's some
Honestly.
decent ones.
what's that?
I got some decent picks.
Jerry Jeudy looks like he's not like the number one receiver in that draft. He looks like he's probably a
Yeah, not a
pick.
first round pick.
Super injury prone.
Let's see how many quarterbacks have they whiffed on? Every one of them since Peyton Manning. The one good pick I can think of right now is Patrick Surtain.
I would say they've been pretty
Did they draft
consistent with
Bradley
defensive
Chubb?
player. Yeah, they drafted Bradley Chubb.
Yeah, but
Let's
gave
go
him
one
away,
way.
you know, because
I feel like they're pretty consistent at drafting defense. Maybe not like star players and stuff. but
defense, I'll give you that, but offense, like
yeah, it's-
No,
for
yeah,
sure.
offense
offensively,
is-
it has
struggle.
been. I can relate as a Patriots fan how bad their skill position. Actually, I would personally, I would love for a skill position draft. I would love for a Cortland Sutton or a Jerry
Well, I'm
Jeudy on the
hearing
Patriots.
rumors right now on Twitter. What people are saying is that they're ready to lose games rather than win. Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I also heard something that Kraft is wanting to move on from Belichick after the year.
I have heard a little bit about that too. I guess moving over to Bills at Patriots.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm picking the Bills. You can't comfortably pick the Patriots.
No.
Yeah, Bills.
You can't
Bills
take
Mafia
the
this
Patriots
week.
against any like
Yeah.
any legit team. I'd maybe take the Patriots against
And
Teams-
who's their quarterback this week? Like,
hopefully Malik Cunningham.
Honestly, that's
For
your
your
best
taxi
chance
squad
to win the
sake?
game, really.
Well, not even that.
Did he play any NFL
It's something
games?
different.
Has he played any NFL games?
I feel like he might have taken a couple of snaps. He took 4
That name
snaps
sounds
last week, but they were
familiar.
all handoffs.
Is he really young?
Taking throws. He's a rookie.
Oh, okay. Then no, he hasn't played. I was thinking
Mobile
someone else.
quarterback, but most of his work, in very Bill Belichick fashion, of course he's a quarterback,
Yeah.
he's been getting used as a wide receiver in practice.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I love Bill, and man, I'm not giving up on him yet, and I'm doing everything I can to hold out faith, but he just keeps,
He's
So
a
how-
keeps
GM
making me
too,
wonder.
right?
So
I think he's trying
let's
too hard.
let's touch on Zach being a Patriots fan. How do you feel about the rumors about them potentially moving on from Bill Belichick?
I mean, part of me says yeah, part of me says no. Like, part of me says no just because I feel like maybe if the first step should really be taking away his general manager duties and just having him coach. Because I think he can still coach.
Okay.
I don't think he's lost his touch there. I just think he tries way too fucking hard to be, I'm Bill Belichick, I got the eye for the talent, I'll pick this guy and that guy and plug him in and
Maybe
it'll
for
work.
defense.
Like, that's, and maybe on defense, yeah. And I mean, even our we are a little injured, but that isn't even that great.
And it's hard to like have a good defense when your offense can't sustain drives and put your defense back on the field.
And even like since Tom left, that's been the thing that Bill would have to cling on to is that the defenses have been good.
Mm-hmm.
But have they really? Like, it did carry us to that 8-0 start, but like a couple years ago, we didn't play anybody in that in that
still
stretch.
8 quality NFL teams that you beat. I mean, regardless how you look at it,
We
those
still, I'm not saying we don't consistently still have a top 10 defense, but it is not the Patriots defense that a lot of people hype it up to be. It's not a Bill Belichick defense. It has not been that since like the mid 2000s.
It would be a good enough defense if you had a really good offense to win a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. No, if we had if we had an average offense, it would be.
Yeah,
it might be enough to get us there.
It's definitely more on the plus side of the middle of the pack than like the bottom. I would say it's fringe top 10.
Yeah,
defense.
Yeah, always consistently. Yeah. Which I take
you
that out of my coach.
I would take that every time with Minnesota, dude. I mean,
and as far as if he just stays in charge of the defense and like timeouts stuff like that, because you know he's not going to make stupid decisions with the timeouts and head coach responsibilities.
Really good in-game decisions. Yeah.
I was really hyped about Bill O'Brien being the OC, but
I didn't want to break that to you, bro. But like, I don't think he's kind of overrated.
Yeah, and maybe kind of old school, not
a little
adjusting with the time.
Yeah.
I still can't even put it all on Mac. Honestly, I still don't even think Mac's the problem. Actually, I still think Mac could be a decent quarterback in this league. I think when he inevitably gets cut after this year, or his contract is up, I forget which it is.
This is third year.
Yeah. I think he's gonna go somewhere and probably be a starter and probably be pretty decent.
I could see him being a starter for a couple of years until like someone gets their franchise quarterback, being like a good stopgap guy, like almost like a Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Maybe I kind of see him more like a who was it? He was just in my head. I guess I forgot. Gosh, who was it? I just had the comp in my head.
Baker Mayfield?
No, it was a little bit better than that. Derek Carr. I think he can be as good as.
I think
Derek
you'd have
Carr.
to put up some pretty good seasons to be compared.
His rookie number, I think rookie season was very comparable to some of Derek Carr's best years. I'd have to look that up to double check that.
I don't know about that, but I think Derek Carr's kind of like thrown almost like 40,000 yards career passing. Like he's had seasons where he's thrown like I think 30 touchdowns. I think not discrediting Mac Jones' rookie year. I think that was a pretty good.
Okay, yeah, he only had 22 touchdowns
and 13 picks, something like that.
But Derek Carr hasn't thrown more than 22 touchdowns that much either, honestly.
Recently, yeah, I guess
at all.
At all.
I'm pretty sure. Let me pull it
up.
up.
Career stats.
Yeah, I got him pulled up right here. Okay, yeah. So he has a few times, of course, over 22, but not very much.
Has he gone over 30 ever?
Once.
It was
the second year in the league. So Derek Carr, career touchdowns, starting in 2014 to this year. 21, 32, 28, 22, 19, 21, 27, 23, 24, and then he's got 5 so far in the year.
I think if you can get above 25, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, and so I think Mac can be that kind of level, and his passing yards are consistently
I guess
about 4,000 yards.
Line that won't get him killed because he's not the most mobile guy.
Yeah, and that's part of the Patriots' problem too, which the Bills
he's
getting
like
back
a poor
to the
man's
game.
Kirk to me, really.
Yeah, but the Bills getting back to the game are sure to exploit our terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're playing in fantasy this week, Brady, but I wouldn't start Ramondre Stevenson because our offensive line is trash, and the Bills are going to make our day hell. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't score a touchdown. The only thing I really have hopeful about going forward on the year is that Mac and Kendrick Bourne are like, you can tell, like they like throwing the ball and catching the ball to each other. Bill just fucking won't put Kendrick Bourne on the field because I don't know, he's talented.
Running heavy packages, probably running the ball. Yeah, I also got the Bills kicking the shit out of them. Yeah. Don't really need to say much else.
Yep, Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I guess let's move back up here. Go back to another noon game. Lions at Ravens.
This is a good game.
This should be a very, very good game.
A lot of points are going to be scored in this game.
I hope so. That would be exciting.
Yeah.
Is David Montgomery playing?
Yeah, that's a good
I don't think so.
question. I don't think so. I think he's supposed to be out like a.
Gibbs is questionable though, I believe.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord, that could be a problem.
So what's his name? Something Reynolds, Craig Reynolds.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. I saw him on the.
That could be
waiver wire.
problematic for the Lions. That's
It
probably what's
definitely
going to
could.
bite them in the ass in this game, really. I'm going to take the Ravens. It's going to be a shootout. I got like 31-28. Something like that.
I've got the Lions. I think the Lions go in there and get it done. They're a lot better than I thought they were. And they are still a little dinged up in certain areas, but I think they'll be fine and they'll get the victory despite Montgomery out. Or even maybe even
Well, off
games.
topic, do you think the Lions are going to go far in the playoffs?
Mm-mm.
No?
If they're
Likely,
healthy.
if they're healthy, yeah, I could see a second round exit. But it kind of depends. It kind
That's
of.
actually pretty
it kinda
respectable because there's
does.
3 rounds before
Yeah.
you get to the Super
I mean,
Bowl.
it kind
Just the way
of.
he said
It sounds
it
fucking
kinda-
like you're
I
talking
wanna-
like
I wanna
NBA
follow
terms,
up.
like,
I want to follow up with it. Does depend how they look going into the playoffs. I think how far they go.
That's true. Too.
Okay,
It
so
is
you got to
on
look at it.
Montgomery's
They would have to play Philly, San Francisco, even Dallas. I just think they're probably a little bit behind those teams. They could probably beat Dallas if Dallas has one of their stinkers. But if Dallas is at home, hyped up, I'd probably slightly take Dallas.
To me, the Lions are too young and inexperienced, so I think a second round exit's fair.
They got a good team. I
They
will
do.
say that. If the Vikings
They're gonna be
were
a
smart,
problem.
They would.
Yeah, as far as this week, I'm going Lions. Just too solid of a defense. I think they'll give the Ravens fit. And while they are obviously banged up at running back, their offensive line is really good. And Jared Goff's playing solid football right now, and they have good receivers to go to complement it. So I think they can do offensively what needs to be done even without. And if Gibbs plays, I especially think they'll win.
I like to see him with like a boatload of carries and see how he does.
It'll be cool to see. Yeah, definitely. We can go on to Raiders at Bears. Raiders sneaky 3-3.
I like their receivers. Jacoby Myers, bro. What a blessing for my fantasy team that I drafted this guy. Like, he's going to be wide receiver 1 next year.
What round did you draft him in?
It was probably like 10.
Here,
Probably in the teens.
I'll pull that
It
up
was
real
insane.
quick.
Late.
Yeah, great pick.
Yeah.
Great pick.
I don't know. I kind of think Devontae gets traded.
Well, that would be really good for him.
It would, but
yeah.
then they'll be less talented. I don't think they'll.
Well, they'd
they'll
still
get
have
that
him to
return.
run for and
Yeah, he'll get more involved,
Yeah.
and they're bound to get something back in return. Let's see history. When did you draft him? 16, 6th pick in the 16th round. That might be steal of the draft.
That is probably the steal of the draft.
We would have to go back and look at the draft, which at the end of the year we definitely should.
Mhm.
But yeah, we should definitely.
Depending on how many games that Miami Dolphins running back plays, he'd be up there too for sure.
Yeah.
But right now he's on IR, so I mean Jacoby is consistently
Yeah.
probably my best receiver right now. Honestly, it's crazy.
The Raiders have a shot to finish second in that division. With as
Yeah.
inconsistent as the Chargers have looked, what's the Chargers record right now? Aren't they 3-3?
are
They're 2-3.
Yeah, they just lost to
The boys.
Yeah.
the boys.
Yeah.
And
Yes, sir.
the Raiders defense is decent. They don't give up a ton of
Yeah.
points.
This is not even a question. And T-Bag's playing. By the way, you should name him T-Bag on your team.
Trevor Bajan.
T-Bag.
Oh, T-Bag.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna have a
Bajan,
fucking a bad game. Raiders are gonna win this probably a little, like 10 points. I think they're gonna win comfortably.
Yeah, I've got the
Jacoby
Raiders.
might catch 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, the Bears without Fields is, I think, going to be pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders kind of picking up some steam, I suppose.
Maybe.
But they have a backup quarterback playing, which is the only thing that worries me, but I still think they get it done.
God, if Garoppolo can just stay healthy, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Let me tell you that.
He's talented. He is pretty much Kirk Cousins, but just injury prone.
Yeah. I'm not going to discredit Tyson Bagent so quickly. He is the NCAA all-time leader in passing touchdowns.
Yes.
I saw that.
Division
159.
two,
Yeah.
Division 2.
And he's also got a bunch of passing yards.
What's his university? University, like no.
Not everyone goes to a big school, and yeah, he might not be that good.
It's
but-
impressive. I'm not gonna. But like when you're looking at it, like Division 2, like,
and he also
he's playing against plumbers and lawyers and shit like that.
he also showed up as a rookie in camp, beat out a couple of veterans to the point to where they cut him, like PJ Walker, who went and signed with another team.
And just
So
played
he's
actually.
beaten out other guys who have played this year.
Incompetence by their coaching staff saying like, yeah, that guy's good. I'm not like I'm just kind of like playing the other
PJ
side. Of,
Walker's
like,
not that good, so-
yeah. I guess you're like, well, I might as well go with the younger guy who has
Yeah.
maybe upside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that whole fucking franchise is a mess.
Dumpster fire.
But yeah, absolutely. And fuck the Bears. I'm not saying I hope Tyson Bagent is good. Maybe for fantasy sake I will, but we can get into that later in the fantasy episode. But yeah, I'm going Raiders. Just seem like a solid team, and I think they. Oh, I don't know if I can actually say that out loud. I was gonna say I think they moved to above 500, but now that I say that out loud, I kind of want to pick the Bears. 'Cause I don't know if I want to pick the Raiders to go above 500.
Why is that?
That just doesn't sound like a smart thing to do. I don't know. Just,
Mm.
what does that sound right off the tongue?
Yeah, but when you're
Raiders
playing-
above 500.
It doesn't, but when you're playing Chicago, it's like for Christ's sakes, man.
You
I'm
guys
not-
both went Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chicago.
Okay.
Just it mix it up. Yeah.
Right on.
You keeping track of this? Have we hit a parlay leg yet? I think we've all been
Yeah.
different on all of them.
Actually,
No.
no, sorry.
Yeah, I've got it.
No, just the Bills is also we've picked.
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
the Bills. Yeah,
The Bills, yeah.
that was.
That's the
Don't
one
worry.
we all picked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, this is cool.
Well, that's
Not-
remember what happened last time. Someone
Yeah.
else said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next game up here, yeah, another new game. Browns at Colts. Anthony Richardson out for the year.
Minshew mania.
Yeah, I'm going the Browns here. That defense is too good. They beat San Francisco last week. I think they get her done.
I know I just said Minshew mania, but not against that Browns defense. I got the Browns this week. I think their defense is going to hold down the game for them, regardless of who they have at quarterback. So
I agree. I don't think they're gonna stop the run and then force Minshew to pass, and it's not gonna be good. So
I would love for it to be though. I would love for Minshew to have a good year.
But I
Me
could
too.
also
Get himself
see
a
the
contract,
Browns
maybe a
being-
starting spot,
could also see the Browns like coming off like a really emotional high, being San
Yeah.
Francisco
and coming out flat-footed or
Yeah.
something. Absolutely.
So
Which again, and the Colts do have the talent to.
yeah, they do. They got
Yeah.
receivers. Honestly, it sucks. Anthony Richardson's out because I really like his potential, and I think he's going to be a good quarterback. But it's not the worst thing for them if they're bad.
Yeah,
They get
you know,
another draft pick.
he can get his shoulder taken care of. He can get right.
And who knows? Maybe they end up with. How cool would it be if that franchise got Marvin Harrison Jr.?
That
Right?
I fucking hate the Colts, but that would be cool.
That would
That
be
would be
fucking
cool.
dope.
why do you hate the Colts?
Well, he's a Pats fan.
Okay,
Grew
fair.
up- I guess I don't really hate him. It's
Well,
kind of the same
all
thing as
the
the
AFC
Giants. Just,
I
championship
could see
games.
why
yeah,
they got
all
beat
the
out.
rivalries,
All
just
those
playoff games.
2000s games.
Even regular season games, and not even just that. It's just like we had Tom Brady, they had Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
and it was
I
just
remember
always-
those
Those
battles.
games are always so great.
Mhm.
And even when they weren't playing against each other, it was who's the best quarterback in the league? Because that was still a debate at one point. It was like who's the better
Mhm.
quarterback, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady?
You could argue.
Like
it
all
was-
time, it's Tom Brady, but
Yeah.
Statistically?
At their peaks, man, you could
Peyton-
argue Peyton Manning was
absolutely, Peyton's peak was probably definitely
better. I mean,
higher.
you
than
take that
Tom.
2013 season, bro. Like,
Dude, that hurry
I
up
think that's
offense
probably
was so fun to
the
watch.
best quarterbacking season ever.
In that Denver,
Yeah.
that Denver, yeah.
55 touchdowns. Like, that is insane.
After neck surgery.
Mm-hmm.
With Wes Welker, Eric Decker. He had a couple of other guys. R.I.P. Who is it? He played for the Patriots too.
I know.
Demarius Thomas.
Demarius Thomas. He was really good.
Yeah, he was a beast that year.
They had a
he was
good
really
tight end, though, didn't they?
Yeah, and his last name was also Thomas because they had
okay.
two Thomases on their team. I
Okay.
remember. I can't remember his first name though.
Yeah, they had a good defense, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Von Miller.
Those Denver teams were nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I'm sure it was a great time to be a Denver fan.
Yeah.
Back to the game though.
Yeah.
Where were we?
We just finished.
we all picked the Browns, right?
Browns, Browns, Colts.
So
We did
Bills Browns is the start of the parlay.
Cool.
Bills, Browns. All right. Cool. So we got Commanders at Giants next.
Woo.
You know, if the
Yeah,
Giants
exactly.
are healthy,
Buckle up for that one.
yeah, fucking barn burner.
Yeah.
I'm going the Commanders. They're just healthier, playing better football right now. I don't know if I think they're the better team or if they even have the better coach because I think both aren't that great right now.
Sam Howell's been pretty decent.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
Daniel Jones might play maybe, and if
Probably
he does, probably
yes.
won't be 100%.
What's the point?
Yeah, I don't get why they rushed Saquon back last week and why they would rush Daniel Jones
Yeah.
back this week. It doesn't
Like,
make, especially with
honestly,
his injury history, it makes no
They
sense.
have their picks. Just be bad
Yeah,
and get.
you're already 1-4,
Yeah, gets one.
and you're not winning that division.
Yeah.
Not even close. You're not even getting second in that division.
No. Yeah, it would be. It's about a third place with these two teams.
Yeah. And Commanders probably firmly going to get that third place finish.
Yeah.
A very convincing third place finish on the year, I would predict for the Commanders at this point, and a very
It's Tyrod
convincing
Taylor.
last place.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor's not a bad quarterback, but dude, when you have no offensive line, running
Yeah.
for your life.
I think I saw the coach didn't like him or something.
Brian Dable
Was upset with
Well, he
him or
was
something?
upset with Daniel Jones too. He's like, honestly, this guy is like likes to show people it wasn't his fault when he's just
Yeah.
yelling at people.
Likes
Like,
to throw
oh,
players
you
under the
run
bus."
that play. I was like, bro, you called the play. Like, own up to it.
Well, we didn't execute. Well, why didn't they execute? It's your job to make sure they execute.
Like,
Dude.
you're yelling at him for like, and he doesn't have a lot of reps. He literally just came in
Yeah.
his first start of the season, and you're asking a lot of this guy with a shit O line. Like, come on, dude.
I've also seen that the locker room there very much wants Tyrod to just start for the rest of the year, or a lot of them. I mean, maybe not the whole locker room, but there's a lot of rumblings about like why Daniel Jones? Like we
I
like
don't even know
Tyrod, start him.
Why they signed
And
him
if the
that
coach is
year.
then out saying bad, throwing Tyrod under the bus, he's gonna lose the locker room for sure. New York's, I would say, going to the tank. Probably gonna fire their coach then this year. Be stuck
He
with
just
a
won
bad
Coach of the
contract
Year
on
last
Daniel
year.
Jones, huh?
I don't know if he'll get fired this year because he won Coach of the Year last year. I mean, I think they give him probably one more year.
Maybe we'll see.
And if it blows up to the point where it's like so like toxic, then I could see him probably getting fired like that. But my God,
If he loses the locker room, I don't see why.
so do they
honestly,
draft a
it's-
quarterback if they're that bad? They just
If
signed
you
Daniel.
can find
Matt, no
if you
one's
can
gonna
find a home for Daniel Jones, I
trade-
think
no
so.
way. There's someone paying that money, dude.
Maybe they find a
I
gem in a
think
late
you
round
can-
QB is about their only hope at this point because they're going to have to ride out that contract for probably at least 2 more
2
years.
years. I think
You
that's
might
not
get
what
lucky
they
and
do.
find a team that's rebuilding. Like we're not worried about the quarterback. We're rebuilding the rest of the team to take on that contract for the 2 years. Like because they're not trying to compete. They're building the rest of their roster around it, and just want a serviceable QB or something. Yeah, I don't know.
That would be hard to stomach for that franchise.
Yeah, it
But-
would be. But I mean, if you give up something as little as like a 6th round draft pick or a 7th round draft pick for it, there's certain situations where it'd be tough to say it's not.
I guess
worth
like
it.
how good would he be in San Francisco? You think he'd be pretty good in place of Brock Purdy with a
I
good offensive line and all those weapons? I mean, God, and he can scramble.
And he'd have a really good coach.
Yeah.
He might actually be really good in San Francisco.
Maybe, but
But
I
you can
think
say that about anybody. Everybody's gonna be good in San
You
Francisco.
can put me in San Francisco and I'd
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
throw a couple touchdowns.
Brady's throwing for 300 yards.
Yeah. I mean, shit, yeah. But yeah,
so. Do you have the Commanders then?
yeah. I also
Me
have
too. Another leg of the
Commanders.
parlay.
Commanders.
Let's go.
Yeah.
See what you did, Brady. You said something about the. You
Nah,
said
it's
not
not
that
bad.
bad. Now here we come. Now all these are
I'm
gonna
about
be
to
the
mix it
same.
up here. All right.
Next one up here on this docket, is Falcons at the Buccaneers.
This one was also tough to pick.
Last of the noon games, yeah. Gosh, I'm gonna have to pull up some defensive stats again before I'm making another official pick.
I gave it to the Bucks, and mostly because it's a home game. It was hard to pick. Both teams are pretty evenly matched.
Atlanta's defense isn't very good, but they're like 11th though in net yards, like, so they got
But
a
I
good offense.
Atlanta's run defense was looking pretty good. It looked like they were like top 12 in there. The Bucks were like, they were right up at the top there.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks are also top of the pack in pass defense. It's pass defense. I think that the Falcons are more lacking at. Where are they at? Oh no. No, they're actually top here in yards too. They're number 5 in yards. I think I'm actually gonna go Falcons. Rashad White hasn't really been able to get much going for them, and they seem pretty committed to having him as their number 1 back. I'm kind of glad all my fantasy trades for him got rejected. Yeah, I'm going to go Atlanta here. I think they can get it done. Probably a low-scoring game. I don't think either team really gets the ball. But it might... I don't think Atlanta's going to be able to run the ball either that well. And do I think Desmond Ritter's going to beat them with his arm?
It's like Baker.
So, okay, so whose arm are you taking here?
Winfield
I'm taking
Jr.
Baker Mayfield's arm at home.
I think so too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm going to go Bucks,
don't
actually.
forget Antoine Winfield Jr.'s on that Bucks defense,
Yeah.
and I think he's going to be just a terror all day. He's been
This
awesome
Bucks
all
team-
season.
Yeah, if they can shut down the run, there's no chance. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Don't forget they got Vita Vea on the front line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're
Maybe-
like number
maybe-
1 in rush yards. I think it was. I think they were number 1.
Wouldn't surprise
No,
me.
they're 5. Number 5, but still.
Yeah.
And it's pretty close. They're at 419. The Lions are at 380. I guess that's not real close, but it's not like it's a ton of distance either. So we are all
So-
on the Bucks.
So we're on the Bucks.
On the Bucks.
Okay, we got the flailing Cardinals. My Kyler Murray coming back soon. At the Seahawks. Seahawks all day. Josh Dobbs. The Seahawks were kind of the Cardinals were kind of a nice story at the beginning of the year. Offense maybe looking a little better than what we thought, but the wheels are kind of falling off. Like I think everybody thought they would. Like you see that every year. A bad team shows up and just looks a little bit better than you thought they were. But were the Cardinals ever actually good at any point this year? No.
I think what you see with them is they play hard for their coach.
Absolutely.
So
Which
that's a good sign. That's progress. That's where you want to start with.
Yeah.
On a franchise.
Like that's where Detroit started with Dan Campbell.
You just play for
and
your
look where they're
coach
at
and then
now.
you get talent. That's just how it works.
Yep.
So.
And they got some guys, and their offense might be exciting coming back. Trey McBride's been getting a little more involved. Kyler Murray coming back. I think he. I don't know if he actually did practice. I know he's.
He came off the physical unable to perform list, right? So I think he's able to practice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if
is.
he has practice, but.
Cut
Yeah.
somebody.
But I am also rolling with Seattle at home.
Yeah.
I've got Seattle too.
12th man.
Nice.
I think that was one that was probably going to be given though.
Yeah. And also the Bills are pretty given.
Yeah.
too.
Maybe some of these given games we don't always have to throw on the parlay, and if we need them, we can.
Do you
We'll
really
see.
feel like it's a gimme game though?
Not a give me, but Seahawks got a really solid defense,
Yeah.
solid run game, solid passing game. Maybe not electric on offense, but they get the job done.
Yep. They're making the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so too. They look nice so far.
Okay.
Going on forward, Steelers at the Rams. This could be interesting. T.J. Watt was listed as questionable today, so I don't know what happened.
You don't know the injury?
I don't know what happened in practice. I just saw the notification.
Let me check.
So that could it's crazy. Like he's one of the few defensive players. Like
Can change the game.
it makes that difference. Like when he's on the field, that defense is not good.
Yeah.
When he's not there, and then when he is there, I don't know if you could call the Steelers a good defense right now, but
It's a heel injury.
get the job done. That's probably not good for a defensive lineman. I would think probably get some burst from that.
Said Watt apparently sustained the heel injury during practice as he was not listed at the injury report. He'll probably need to practice in some capacity Friday to give himself an opportunity to play. So it's really up in the air.
Yeah,
with
I'll
him.
have to see what happens tomorrow. I
Mhm.
hope he is able to as a fantasy owner of him. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I think the offense bounces back. They got the playmakers, although they are slim at running back, and for Kyron's value sake, I hope is it Zach Evans? I think is his name there.
Yeah.
The Rams.
Yeah.
I hope he does not have himself a day. But he probably find use of them in that offense. So I'm gonna go Rams.
Yeah, I've got the Rams as well. I think they're going to be too much to the Steelers. I'm not bought into them. I had them below 500 this year. So I've got them losing to the
With
Rams.
Rams running back being out, they're not going to have a running game.
They're down their third string.
And I think Mike Tomlin's going to get a good game plan going to stop that team, and they're going to sneak out with the win. I'm going to go Pittsburgh.
Can you imagine if fucking the Steelers get to 4-2?
No, I mean, yeah, dude.
Can you obviously you
they're-
can imagine because they're 3-2.
and they're Pittsburgh. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
but it's
they're
just
good
so funny. Like, even when you think they're going to be the worst team in that division, which I guess you guys didn't go either. You guys thought Cleveland was going to be worse than they were. Like I thought the Steelers were going to be the worst team in that division.
That's a tough division.
It's like the Bengals right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think by the end of the year they will be.
We'll see.
That's going to be a crazy competitive division right now, especially if the Steelers win this week.
But they're just so well coached despite their poor quarterback play. Yeah, man. I don't know. I just got a feeling. Mike Tomlin. He's going to dial up some magic here.
Yep. We already did Packers at Broncos, so we can go Chargers at Chiefs. Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you guys pick the Chiefs?
Why?
Chargers suck.
What do you mean?
Chargers
Chiefs
are
are
inconsistent.
Chargers are going to win.
No,
Chargers
Chiefs,
suck.
Bolts up. Or whatever they say.
Chiefs are at
I'm just
home.
kidding. I got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank God.
I think
Chiefs
the
at home? Are
Chargers
you
could-
crazy? How would I not
could
take the
score
Chiefs?
some points, but I think Chiefs still get it done.
I had used to always have a soft spot for the Chargers, but
Me too. Oh,
after this last couple of years, I don't know if I can because they're that first team to, I think the only team so far to do the AI robots in their stands. It was fucking weird.
they should have never went away from San Diego.
And
I
I
thought
don't
that was
know-
pretty much a win. Actually.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this. I've just heard about her today, crazy San Diego lady. I guess she's been in media. I just saw like 2 posts about her, and I already do not fucking like her, and I'm tired about hearing of her.
Yeah.
I guess I'm like San Diego super fan. She's super weird.
Well, she's
but
also
also
been
got,
a Vikings fan.
yeah, but I was gonna say also got caught like with the skull
Yeah.
thing. Maybe I saw it on your Twitter
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, but yeah, just can't do Chargers. That just leaves a dirty taste in my mouth. Sorry to all the good Chargers fans out there, because I know the few of you are out there, and respect you for staying so loyal.
Honestly, yeah. Respect. I mean,
Although you should have bailed on them when they bailed on you and went to Los Angeles.
it's tough.
Yeah, Chiefs, Dolphins at Eagles.
This is game of the week.
Yeah,
boys.
2 5-1 teams.
Man, powerhouse teams going in Lincoln Financial.
It's going to be nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Let's go back to these defensive stats right here. 'Cause, oh man, Eagles number 2 in rush yards allowed.
Yeah.
Where the Dolphins here, about middle of the league.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go passing. Okay. Yards. Okay.
Gonna be a lot of points scored in this one.
Okay, they're both right next to each other in like the lower middle half of the league. Dolphins have allowed 1,375 yards, and the Eagles right behind them at 1,393. So similar, probably on that front.
Yeah, they're very similar teams.
Looking at that, I feel like Philly's probably able to stop the run. Low key, this might be a bad take. Miami's run game might be a bit overrated.
I don't know.
I think they kind of got a little hyped with that Denver game. I get it was really good, but is Raheem Mostert really that good?
I don't
Like,
know.
we've
I
seen Raheem Mostert for a while.
I think
it's a
Devon.
scheme.
I think Devon A-Chain is that good.
Yeah,
And
but
Chain.
I also
A-Chain, I'm sorry.
They run a lot of heavy packages though, and he comes from Shanahan. They also run the most motion in an offense to like see where the defense is. I really think they do know what they're doing.
I think it's a scheme thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of like San Francisco. Like you can put
Yeah.
any running back in there. I guess when you say overrated, like is their players overrated? Maybe.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't think
But is their team as a
the
whole
players
scheming
are-
them?
the players that are putting up these numbers are actually as good as these numbers say they are.
that maybe I don't know. I might agree a little bit with Reed on that rookie running back. He's freaking good. But yeah, they just scheme guys holes like just to run through.
Yeah. I mean that's a scheme. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah, no, so then
so obviously they get the job done. Like, and if you're a fan and if you're a player on the team, you don't really care. I mean, they're getting the job done. That's what matters. Actually, you'd probably rather that they be able to do it as not good and be able to just scheme those holes open like that.
Yeah.
So that if you are good, you can take even more advantage of it.
Yeah. But you're on with Philly?
Yeah, I think fly Eagles fly. I think.
Okay. I'm Dolphins.
I agree. I'm going Miami. I think they're gonna score a lot of points, regardless of who's running back.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna. I don't think Philly's as good as they were last year. I think they're kind of hurting a little bit in the secondary. I think that's the loss of C.J. Gardner-Johnson hurts. Yeah, I think Tyreek and Jalen Waddle run all over them.
I'm gonna go Philly 31. No. 27 to 21. 27.
27-21?
Yeah.
Okay. I got 38-21.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I think they're going to make a statement. Saying like
Shall
Miami
see.
is for real.
You have a score read?
Say Dolphins 35-24.
35. Okay. All right. Last game of the week. 49ers at your guys' Vikings. I guess we're all in kind of the same boat here this week, huh?
Yeah, that's Minnesota, right? Oh, yeah. That's,
Niner Nation.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty... So this game, just to get a little bit into it, the Minnesota has not ran for a running touchdown at all this year. And I don't think it starts this week either. I don't even know if they scored a touchdown this week, boys.
Let's not forget Alexander Madison hasn't had a run over 20-plus yards since 2021, was it?
Yeah, and guess what? Our center has had one before him. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Probably a fumble and picked it up and ran it for 20 yards, but by God damn it, he did it.
Yeah.
Madison hasn't done that.
160 carries in that time.
Yeah, he is. And his drop passes, he leads the league in most drop passes.
I believe it after the last game. That was ridiculous.
He leads the league with like 8 drop passes. He is what you say, ass. Yeah, he is not going to be a starter next year for any team. He will. I mean, he's a good backup, but he's not a.
Yeah, he should not be your primary guy.
I had high hopes for the guy, but
Me too.
it sucks. But no, and Kirk's gonna probably turn the ball over just because. He doesn't sense pocket pressure very well. I imagine Nick Bosa's going to strip sack him at least once. And he'll probably throw a pick too. I think we'll be trailing by probably at least 3 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah.
It might be like one of those games where Dallas last year, maybe it's like 40-3 or something.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I would probably have a score close to like 31 to maybe like 17.
I think the Niners are going to do the Vikings what they did to Dallas.
What's up? I'm sorry.
Blowout, yeah. Beat
Yeah.
the brakes off us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that prediction. It's going to be 38-10. I think they will get a touchdown in garbage time because Kirk Cousins was going to pat his stats in the late. Check down, Kirk.
Well, he's doing it to Jordan Addison.
Stud that guy is, man. What
We will see.
No, it's going to be a Brendan Powell
A lot of his stuff
kickoff
comes
or punt return TD.
late in games, though,
That would be nice for
so
him.
far this year. But I believe that wraps up all our games this week. What were your guys' record on the week? I think I was 10-5 on last week.
I was 10-5.
Yeah.
That put me at 46 and 49.
I don't
have a
exactly
total
know.
record.
I'd have to look.
I think I was 50 something, and I think I was 54. Maybe like a high 30, low 40s number. I feel like. So I was a decent chunk above.
I don't even remember what I went, honestly. I'd have to. I think it was great. Do you have us written down, Reed? I really need to
I don't
keep track
think
of
so.
these.
No,
Let's
I
see,
would.
take the chart.
I would need to take time to tell you.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I could probably figure it out real quick. Got 1, 2.
So what was your yearly record, Reed?
46 and 49. I'm almost
46
above 500.
There you go. Attaboy.
I mean, I gained some ground this week. Finally had a decent week since week 1.
Yeah.
Been a big old gap of crappy picks.
Yeah.
It's been slowly trending upwards a win a week until this one I moved up a couple.
I think I went 8.
This was-
I think I went 8 and 7.
Nice. This was my second best week so far this year.
This was not. This is probably one of my worst ones. So
Yeah, you've had a pretty good year so far.
yeah, I've had like consecutive double digit.
Yeah. Yeah, hitting that double digits is nice. But I think we'll wrap things up there, guys. Make sure you share, subscribe, tell all your friends, and we'll see you next time. See ya.
See you guys.
Later.